This video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the Bandit Bikes Pacer. This is Bandit Bikes version of a commuter style slash cruising, but more that urban type bike. You haven't seen my Forerunner video where it's more of the trail meets urban. That's more their mountain bike style. I will leave a link at the bottom and a link at the end of this video so you can check that bike out, just to kind of give you two options here. Also, just to note, Bandit Bikes, they're doing $100 off anyone that uses my link off of any purchase of Bandit Bike. They have a wide variety of e-bikes that I suggest you guys just go over and check them out. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to start back here at the back tire and just kind of work my way up and kind of like break down all of the components for y'all. And I will be leaving chapters below, so if you want to skip to any part in the video, you can do that now. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the walkthrough. Let's see what this bike's all about. All right, y'all, let me go ahead and actually let me start with the specs first. Battery on this thing is a 48 volt, 14.5 amp hour, 696 watt battery. And this thing has a range of around about, they're claiming over 60 miles, but in my riding, I will get anywhere between, using throttle and pedal assist, I'll get anywhere between 30 to 40 miles on that, and I probably could go more because it rides so good as an actual bike. It doesn't have a very wide tire on it, so there's not a lot of rolling resistance, so you can ride this as an actual bike very easy. And the weight on this bike is 67 pounds as far as overall weight, which is pretty light for actual e-bike. So this back hub motor is a 500 watt, 65 newton meters of torque, and the top speed on this thing is, with throttle only, is 20 miles per hour, and the pedal assist is 0 through 6, and top speed is 28 miles per hour, which I have had it faster. I've had it over 40 miles per hour, and I will do a speed test coming up, so you want to stick around for that. Overall, I think the power on this bike that it generates has been just perfect. And the cock set in the back is a 14 to 28 tooth in the back with a 44 tooth in the front. And the arms right here, the crank arms, is 170 millimeter crank arms. And I've had no issues out of the shifting on this. It's shifted perfect every time. I've done nothing to this bike, by the way, out of the box. It was very easily to assemble, and I've done no adjustments on it at all. This battery has a small USB port right here for charging your phone, and it goes up to 25 kilograms of weight on the back, and it has these little tie downs right here and a tie down right here, and that is a brake light and tail light built into the back. It comes with both the back and front fender. These fenders work perfect. The tires on this is a 26 inch by 2.35 CST tires, and if you don't know who CST is, they're kind of the same company that owns Maximus tires, and these tires are really grippy on like any type of pavement. They're gripped all the way down, and they have a reflective stripe built into them. Very cool that they did that. But the grip runs all the way from the rim all the way around to the other side. Looking at the left side here, 180 millimeter rotors with hydraulic disc brakes. Wow, I tell you guys, the stopping power on this thing is absolutely amazing. I love a bike that runs hydraulic disc brakes. After using hydraulic disc brakes, you never want to go back to mechanical disc brakes. This frame right here is the high step frame. They do have another frame that's a low step, that's just like a low step if you don't want to go into this frame right here. So it's got a nice cushion to it. You can see how soft that is. This seat works just fine, and to adjust it, you know, you just pull that lever there and it can go up and down. Has a quick release, so the tire is removable fast on this. Very good, because not a lot of bikes, a lot of e-bikes have been including a quick release front tire. It's got an adjustable fork on it, and this fork I run in the middle right here. You can lock it completely out, or you can run it, I run it about right there, which gives it kind of a medium damper, or you could run it right there. And I did tell a difference in these forks. Front headlights, not the brightest of headlights, but you know what? For an e-bike, it works just fine. There is a mount right here for a basket on the front. You can see right here. So you can make this more of a cargo bike. When you look at the actual frame, you can really kind of deck this thing out. Once again, 180 millimeter rotors in the front with hydraulic disc brakes. Did I mention how much I love hydraulic disc brakes? These things will stop on a dime and give you change back. They have actually added an adjustable stem. The stem, when it came on this, was right here. And what I did, you loosen this bolt right here, and you loosen these, and you can move this stem up and then rotate these handlebars forward and back. Once you adjust them and get them set where you want them, you can really customize your riding height. And you could see how I did it. I basically like having my hands more like in front than leaning forward, and it brings it back and gives me more of an upright position. Because let's not forget, this is a cruiser style bike. These are the Ergo hand grips. They're kind of this rubberized material, but they are not lockable. I'd like to see lockable hand grips. Your adjustment here is, you know, you got plus and minus, set and power, and you do have a little USB-C. I don't know what it goes to, but maybe it's some sort of upgradable in the future. Over here, you've got the half twist throttle, and you got a half grip. Really got used to riding with this, holding my hand like that. Brake lever, once again, hydraulic brake levers up here. You can pull these with one finger. You could actually pull these with a pinky finger and stop this bike. Extremely easy because it's hydraulic disc brakes. It's a 7-speed Shimano, very easy to reach both the, you know, up and down shifting mechanism right there, no problem. This did come with a bell. I did remove the bell, just so y'all know, so I have my own horn. So no more bell for me. Starting it up here, remember I said you don't need a key to start it. Check this out, everybody. Hold down the power button for a few seconds. You get the Bandit bikes come up. There's two options. You can sit here and cycle through the codes like that, or you can use, see this little thing hanging right here? I keep this one up here. I also have one in my wallet, but I will take this off if I'm leaving my bike somewhere. Check this out. Just lay that up on there. Wow, look at there. There you go. You see how that starts? That's a first for me. That has one of the best displays. I can see this with my polarized glasses on, and you could really kind of like make out everything on it. And just to kind of go over this display real quick, eco mode is 0 through 6, and I will cover that in my speed test. Headlights, and to turn the headlights on, you want to hold down on the minus. The headlight is on, and it's indicated right there. There's a Bluetooth setting. There's an app coming for this. I did talk to the guys at Bandit, and they said within the next couple of months there will be an app. There's going to be several features on the app, and I will circle back around and do a video on break down this app. This has a walk mode. Hold that down and it will take off on you, and that way you're not pushing the weight on this bike. I've got 56% left on my battery, and then you hit set. You've got your range and your time riding and your average speed. All right, everybody, there it is. There's my full walkthrough and kind of breakdown of all the components on there. So let me just go ahead and shift over to speed test now. So let's do that now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the speed test for y'all real quick. And I'm gonna start out on level 0 and kind of work my way through 0 through level 6. So it goes eco mode through 0 through 3, and then it goes normal, and then it goes into sport. So let me go ahead and start it on 0. I'm at 95%, and we're just going to kind of ride it like I would a normal bike. So let me get out here on the trail here, and I'm in gearing 1. And just so you know, when you're in level 0, the throttle is not engaged, so you've got no throttle right now. But riding it like this feels really good, and I think it's the less resistance on those tires. So let me just kind of go up to 3 and show y'all. That's just a smooth, to me, this is one of the smoothest riding e-bikes when it's in 0. I'm holding 11, 12. I'm in gearing 4 right here, and I think I could hold 12 fairly easy. Let me go ahead and upshift to 7 and show y'all how you could pedal this as just a normal bike. That just holds that so smoothly. So on level 1 right here, I can feel that kick right there. So 9-10 miles an hour, I can keep this smooth rotation right here and never kind of go past this right here as long as I'm in level 1. And then also, just so you know, now that you're in level 1, the throttle works. So watch this. See that? Which that's awesome, because this throttle has, even though it's a 500 watt motor, it's got a little bit more pep than you think. It gets up and gets around things, and it levels off at 20, and to stay legal, it will not go past 20 right there. So if you're in level 1 and you just kind of want to get up a hill or get around somebody, that throttle comes in real handy. Level 2, it feels like you're going to lose it around 12, 13 miles an hour. So level 2 holds at an easy 13 miles an hour like that. So most of the time I'm gonna be on 3 and 4. These are two of my favorite modes for being out here on the trail. And they hold, this normal will hold about 15, 16 the entire time. And that's such a smooth pedaling stroke. You can see I have a very smooth cadence going with almost no pressure going on the pedals. I just keep the legs rotating. So level 3 is the money spot for probably most people out on the trail, especially in this bike that's more of a cruiser style bike. There we go, 4. Oh, I'm having to slow my rotation down a little bit. 18, almost 19. So level 4 holds 18 miles an hour pretty steady. And that's the last normal mode. Level 5 is the sport mode. All right, so let's go ahead and bump this up to level 5. So I'm in sport mode of level 5. I wanted to get out here on the main road so I could really open it up. Level 5 in 7 right here will hold 22. That motor seems to be very efficient on its power. And that's just a comfortable pedaling stroke right there at 22, 21 miles an hour, just kind of cruising down the road like this. But once again, when you go to this level 5, when you're in the sport mode, you're gonna eat that battery a lot faster than if you're in like normal. So I'd suggest if you're out here on a normal bike trail, try to stay in the between eco mode and normal, and then when you're on the road, like on these bike lanes and on the road, that's where you do sport mode, because you need that extra speed and power when you're out here on the road like this. And it's super comfortable ride. It absorbs, you know, it's got that front shock that it absorbs very well out here. Let's go ahead and go to 6. So I'm in level 6 and I'm on gear 7. I'm feeling the power continuing to climb. Even though I'm at 25 miles an hour, it's continuing to climb. When I get around people, I try to like slow down to a normal speed. I don't want to blast by somebody and throw their hair back. So level 6, you can get this thing to 28 pretty fast. And you can see 28, 30 miles an hour. So smooth. I don't know about gravel and off-road that much, but when you're just on a bike path and parking lots and trails, you're gonna really like these tires. Let's try the climbing. Climbing throttle only. Now obviously using the throttle like this is gonna like eat up a lot of your battery. But going up this hill like this, if you just didn't want to pedal up a hill, I can kind of like just relax and take my time, and I might lose a little battery power, but at least I get up the hill a lot faster and save my energy for the longer haul if I'm doing like a long haul. It seems to hold 8-10 miles per hour going up this hill fairly easy. So these are these bikes that you rent. These are the rental bikes. And I like this bike with the throttle a little more than I do the 4Runner, because this is more my in-town cruiser. I'm using this more in the city than I am like, so I'm definitely using this a lot more. Even though it's not designed for off-road, I think any type of grass or anything like this, these tires will go well in. And that's a pretty steep little hill right here. Let me go ahead and tackle this hill. Let's go to gear 2. Well, it's taking it. Wow. That actually climbed that really good, actually. I can't stress enough on how fun this thing is to ride around the city. 28, 27 miles an hour. What's this stopping power right here? Extremely good stopping power. All right, everybody, now that I did the full-on walkthrough of all the components and kind of like the build quality of this thing and done a speed test for y'all. So final thoughts here on the Bandit's Pacer. This bike is like for anyone kind of wanting to get into e-biking and just kind of wants a good cruiser style, laid back style e-bike. Highly recommend this bike because it is very comfortable and it rides extremely smooth on its like power delivery. This 500 watt motor I didn't think would be a lot with that battery output. It just that 500 watt motor will pull me up hills and handles just fine. Throttle and pedal assist too. I love the cargo ability on this, the way it can hold cargo. It comes with a rack. A lot of e-bikes are not given racks with their purchase anymore. The overall quality of this thing is absolutely amazing. Just like the 4Runner, they did a really good job on the quality and the build and kind of like the components on this thing. The adjustability in this stem and the sweep back, the way they swept these handlebars back is really good. I think they did a good job on that display. One thing, once again, just like the other one, I'm not a fan of the bell, so I went with my horn there. Maybe one of the cons is like when you get up to top speed, it's almost like you need a bigger gearing here. I'd like to see a bigger like back freewheel here because you will start ghost pedaling and kind of air pedaling when you're up around 26, 28 miles per hour, which I know is like the legal class 3 limit, but I like being able to kind of push myself a little faster, and I feel that they could have went with a bigger freewheel in the back and got around that. But for anybody that's just wanting to laze back and cruise 20 miles per hour, 28 with pedal assist, this thing does it perfectly. Trust me, that is like a knock on me just because I like speed. I would do 100 on an e-bike if it could actually go to it. This bike I highly recommend. You know, I'm out here on a baseball diamond because I think they hit a home run with this bike. I'm absolutely amazed on how good this bike is. So yeah, y'all leave a comment below if you've used the Bandit Bikes Pacer or you use something similar, because I always like hearing what y'all have to say. And if this is a bike you're thinking about getting, I will leave a link below. They have a wide variety of e-bikes, so even if you're not interested, go over and check out their website and just see what their offering is. And actually, little hidden Easter egg for y'all right here, water bottle holder right here that I didn't even mention in the walkthrough, but I'm telling you right now, I haven't added that on there because I run my bag back here with my water bottle. So yeah, that's all I got today, everybody, on the Bandit Bikes Pacer. You know what? Let's play some baseball. See you guys in the next video. Woo!